Hi there, welcome to I Lone Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for Pisces energy, and we're going to read it from a couple different perspectives because people have free will. This isn't a personal reading, it's just a reading in general of what energies could be available to people in their Pisces energy. And some people will harness this energy in a shadowy way because they're kind of shadowy people, which can be they're manipulative, they're immature, they're indulgent, they're fearful, and they just have these illusions about what it means to work together with other people. They kind of like live in fantasy land. Could be egotistical and self-centered. Other people have hope and faith and belief in love, and they haven't given up on their dreams. And then there's other people who just right now harness a more worldly focused Pisces energy, kind of caught up in the illusion of the world. And anyway, we got a lot of cards not showing themselves. So, some things could be, well, in one way, the way I read that is some people are cutting some things out of their life, and people who are shadowy, ways of being that were shadowy, they're cutting out of their life. And other people are doing some work within themselves that other people don't know about. So the reason for the first group of cards is the Seven of Swords. Some people are looking at life from a higher perspective and they're listening to their intuition. And if their intuition is telling them, I better not move forward with this. This is an illusion. Someone isn't being truthful and honest. They're trying to confuse me emotionally. Maybe trying to get me to take a leap of faith in something that I maybe shouldn't take a leap of faith in. Other people, the people who are like the deceptive, manipulative people, are trying to emotionally confuse people to come after them. Come live life the way I want to live it. We're not going to have hope and faith and belief and love. I want you to work with me in a relationship, shadowy Aquarius energy. They don't have to be an Aquarius sun sign. Make sure if you know people who harness Aquarius energy, you want to decide, just like if you know any of these zodiac signs I talk about in this reading, it's not just what you see with your eyes, not just the zodiac sign, just like living life. Just because someone is like a Pisces energy or a Pisces sun sign doesn't mean they're going to be a loving, nurturing, hopeful, believing person in love. You need to listen to your intuition. Who harnesses these energies in a high vibe way? Who harnesses them in a more shadowy way? And I'm just going to tell you what the traits and characteristics of them are. And it's up for you to listen to your intuition about you and the people you know in your life. Who is harnessing these energies in a high vibe way regardless of what zodiac sign they are, and who's harnessing these energies in a high vibe way, regardless of what zodiac sign they are. In our Pisces energy, if we have hope and faith and belief and love, we're people who listen to our intuition. We have a dream. And if there's people we shouldn't move forward with in life because we feel those people are either immature or impulsive or manipulative or bossy or controlling, and they try to emotionally confuse and manipulate other people about the truth, well, some high vibe people are going to listen to their intuition. And there's other people that are working with some people who they think their dreams can come into reality with. They're people who do want to be in a deep, meaningful relationship, not a shallow, superficial relationship because of pride or ego or image or status, and they're not trying to emotionally manipulate them. And the people who have those type of people in their life, they're going to move forward with. The people in their life who they think are kind of have some lessons yet to learn in life, who are emotionally manipulative, maybe really competitive in the world, egotistical, manipulative, want to be in a friendship or relationship because of the image or the status, but not really from love. They're going to distance themselves from those people and move forward with the people in their life and keep moving forward, listening to their intuition about the people in the world who they think are bold and brave enough to work together in an energy of love. So let's start out with the high vibe people first. The high vibe people are listening to their intuition. They've dealt with people who are deceptive and manipulative before, and they're not willing to take like foolish risks in their life because they've maybe already done that before where they didn't listen to their intuition and it didn't turn out the way they thought it was going to turn out. So the whole thing is, as we go through life and we learn these life lessons, we learn that if I want my dreams to come into reality, I got to listen to my intuition, because our intuition was given to us like a gift, just like bats have sonar and birds and butterflies know to fly to a warmer climate when it's cold out, even though it could be to a location they've never been to. It's really kind of interesting. If you look up butterflies migrate Mexico, the butterflies that fly there weren't born there. Their parents have died. They just know to go there. They don't know why. You know, oh my God, we're flying for how many days? I've never flown so far. And it's just to listen to their intuition. We've been given intuition. It has our best interest at heart to have us navigate difficult times when we're kind of confused about the truth. That's what the Seven of Swords talks about. The one person has the 5 swords here, which can be, you know, I had a dream. And then the 2 swords are like, you know, I started to take action on that dream. Might have worked with someone else. And wait a minute, I'm not sure. Is this really my truth? Why am I moving forward in this? Why are they moving forward in this? Are these people really who they say they are? Am I listening to my intuition? People who have lived enough life are listening to their intuition. And some of those people might have some people in the world who view them as an option. I could get in a relationship with you. And because that's what the 7 of Cups can talk about, I view you as an option. They might have some inner conflict with the people they're currently working with in a relationship. And some of those people are shadowy Aries energy of the Fool. It can be people who are all about themselves. My wants, my needs, my lust, my greed, my pride, my ego. They could be working with loving people. And they have inner conflict about that, because in order for them to move forward with those people, they'd have to grow up and mature themselves. Maybe when they started out in the relationship, you know, the people kind of had their own mental conflict and emotional confusion about what they wanted, or being more stable and grounded within themselves or loving themselves, and they could have moved forward with some of those people, and now those people are more bold and brave and confident than they were before. The 5 of Wands can talk about, I've changed. And if some of those people are in relationships with people who want them to grow and mature, I think I'm going to let you go. I think there's someone else who I think doesn't see the truth about me, because that's what the 2 of Swords in the 5 of Swords can be about. I don't think they know the truth about who I am. Maybe I can go create some illusion about why I left that relationship to come get in a relationship with someone who might have hope and faith and belief in their dreams, that maybe has some mental conflict, hasn't moved forward with someone else in a relationship because they are listening to their intuition. The thing is, I think for you people who have learned to listen to your intuition, you know, there's other people who might want to come and be in a relationship with you, or as you move forward in your life, you're going to meet both types of people in the world, because we live in a world of duality, and you have the free will choice to pick option A or option B. What lessons have you learned? Do you need to go another round of hell? Because our shadow nature is kind of represented by the devil. Are you still in your fear, in your insecurity, in your pride, in your ego, not bold and brave enough to take action in love and believe in yourself and operate from a foundation of love? Are you still kind of caught up in the illusion that the answer I don't know, is to go indulge yourself in the world, in things of the world. You know, the things of the world are meant to be enjoyed from a place of love, being bold and brave and confident. But we can all want the things that we want in the world when we're confused and we just want to feel better. And sometimes, you know, the Five of Wands is Leo energy and the Three of Cups is Cancer energy. Do we align with our more loving, intuitive nature or our ego, our fear, our insecurity? I just want to feel better. I'm confused. Well, I think high vibe energy advice would be listen to your intuition. Do not take a foolish risk. Listen to your intuition about the people you meet. Anybody, learn the lessons you have learned from other relationships in your life. There are people in the world that are prideful and egotistical and selfish and greedy and immature and indulgent and lazy and self-centered and egotistical, and they just want to take and indulge in a relationship. And if you've already been in those type of relationships, listen to your intuition. Keep maintaining your balance and investing in moving forward, and be bold and brave and confident. To the fives, again, can be maintaining balance because there's a maximum of 10 in every suit. So the fives talk about, you know, don't get too much up in your head or down your emotions or in your more worldly or materialistic or lustful, you know, maintain. It's kind of like that picture over there. It has all the zodiac sign traits and characteristics, or the names of them. You know, high vibe is staying in the middle where I can maintain balance and make really good decisions in my life. And when I need to tap into my more emotional nature or my more creative nature, my more logical, practical, my more stable, grounded nature, I can pull those resources within me to use them without going to the edge to learn a difficult lesson. That's what we do when we're young. You know, we do have to go out and learn all these lessons because we are emotionally confused and are naive and are gullible, and, you know, we want what we want. And maybe we haven't learned to love ourselves. And so we do go out to the edge of all these things like, oh my God, I let my heart run my life. Oh my gosh, then I felt betrayed, and then I let my mind run my life, and I wouldn't even connect in with my emotions, you know, and we go to the edge to learn all those lessons. But hopefully some high vibe people have learned those lessons. I'm not falling for the illusion anymore. If other people are still caught up in the illusion and the fear and the insecurity and the ego, if they're enslaved and imprisoned by those things, or their lust or their greed or their immature indulgent nature or self-centered nature or whatever it is that enslaves and imprisons them, you become a part of being enslaved and imprisoned by those same things. So the goal is to not give up on your dreams. Keep moving forward in the energy of love, and to be bold and brave and confident, and love yourself, maintain your balance, and keep moving forward to find the other people in the world who are doing that. So what's going on with these cards? I think the people that are in high vibe energy, they are listening to their intuition, and other people don't know that. You know, some people are confused. Other people did move forward more in pride and ego and indulge in their ego and doing whatever, thinking that was living the dream. And they can be confused why you're not doing the same thing as them. It's because I've been burned enough times. I've driven my life off into the ditch. You might have been dealing with some people who haven't learned some of the life lessons you've learned, and you're listening to your intuition, but they don't know. What they don't know is you're harnessing these energies in a high vibe way, and you're doing this work within yourself to work through your own dreams and wishes and emotional confusion until you are ready to take that leap of faith, not wanting to maybe go get in something new until you're ready. You're at a place of balance. And, you know, from the Seven of Cups down to the Three of Cups, it's letting go of the Four of Cups, which can be, I'm still sad about the relationships in my past that didn't work out. You know, even childhood wounding. And it's like, you know, I want to deal with those things. And if it was an ex-romantic relationship, I want to work through those things so that when I get in my next relationship, I want that to be behind me. I am really ready to go on a new journey in life. So I think in high vibe, we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Page of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. I think the high vibe people behind the scenes, the queens and the feminines in tarot, can talk about our emotional internal life. And I think people are putting in work and effort right now to know their worth and value, to love themselves, believe in themselves, to heal, to take the lessons that they learned from their past life relationships and things, to heal from that. You know, it's like being your own best mother, father, coach voice in your head. I wish some of the people in my life in the past would have had hope and faith and belief in their dreams. I wish they would have seen life from a higher perspective. I wish they would have seen through their emotional confusion and their fears and everything to work together with me in love. But, you know, we can't change the past. So it's like, I'm going to give myself, that's what high vibe, Five of Wands, Leo energy is about. I'm going to give myself the things that I wish they would have given me. And I'm going to emotionally nurture my foundation and to believe in my dreams and to see the truth and to also emotionally nurture my own like inner child nature that has hope and faith and belief that might kind of be defensive of being single because, you know, we like to be in relationships with people and we previously could have been in a relationship. The King and Queen of Pentacles is the only married suit of the deck. And the Hierophant can talk about marriages. But the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles and the Hierophant can also talk about jobs. You know, so we could have been in jobs where people were kind of immature. Maybe weren't truthful and honest. Could have been self-centered, stubborn, bossy, controlling. Maybe didn't want you to leave. Some of you were in a relationship with some people who had some of those shadowy characteristics. They didn't want you to leave, but they weren't speaking their truth. That for some of them, it's like, you should be in a marriage with me where I don't have to look at life from a higher perspective. We stay in the relationship because of the ego and the image and the status. And you should stay in it because you're defensive of being single. Probably because they're defensive of being single. Some people think, you know, I need to be in a relationship for me to look like a shining star in the world in my Aquarius energy. And then they hope if they get other people in a relationship with them, that those people kind of will get caught up in the ego and the image and their pride and their ego, that those people will be defensive of being single. And for some of them, it's like, cool, got you trapped. My plan worked. I found someone who either has money that helps me look like a shining star, or I got in a relationship with someone who's nurturing and supportive and caring and loving who thinks I'm just like that, but I'm not. For the people that are in those type of relationships, that's what some people don't know about them. You might have hoped someone would want to reunite with you and you could have made an offer to someone, but that person could be in a loving relationship. And they're not going to take a risk to move away from something if they have a very solid, stable job or relationship. If other people, you know, are communicating with them, hey, you should come work over here. Hey, I'm single. You should come get in a relationship with me. Some of those people are staying in a relationship because it's a loving, nurturing relationship. They believe their dreams can come into reality with those people. Other people aren't being truthful and honest. And they're kind of acting in a shadowy energy. Some of you are married to people who did want to become single, maybe because you were speaking the truth and you're more independent. And if they were to keep staying in a relationship with you, they'd have to become more independent from their ego or their more immature nature or their more materialistic view of life, you know? In order to move forward in life differently, we have to let go of some old ways of being, and maybe, you know, if it's to grow and mature ourselves and really be someone who's independent in the world, who knows our worth and value, who isn't being manipulated by our mind and our fears and our insecurities to keep repeating an old pattern. You know, we grow and mature ourselves, and we have to emotionally invest in believing that we can do it. I can go to the next level of life. I can believe in my inner child dreams, and I can become more independent of my mind, of my fears, of my insecurities, of my self-limiting beliefs. And some of you are in relationships, or some people are in relationships with people who aren't willing to do that. Or you have a boss who's like that, you know, coworkers who are like that. And that's the difference. High vibe people do this work within themselves to know their worth and value, to nurture their own worldly foundation, to like love their own inner child nature enough to not give up on their dreams. And sadly, some people rejected all of that. It's like, nope, not doing that. That takes work and effort. We have 3 cards here of Earth sign energy, which is about investing time, energy, and effort. And some people are like, no, I think I can live more from my mind than my heart. I think I'm bright enough and smart enough. I think I can outmaneuver and out-strategize other people. Maybe just make them think I did that work and effort within myself. But the truth is, they reject harnessing these energies in a high vibe way. And what they don't want people to know, because they want people to view them like really victorious and successful and like a shining star in the world, is that they harness these energies in a shadowy way. They're more emotionally invested in the world. It could be all about status and image and money and materialism. And they probably don't like being single because they could feel like that kind of affects their image. They want to be in a relationship. It makes them, they think in their mind, you know, people can think whatever weird ways of life they want to think. You know, I think if there's not someone around that you should be in a relationship with, you shouldn't be in a relationship with someone. I think it shows that you're a grown and mature person who's not desperate and trying to present a facade or, you know, think that makes you have worth and value. I think it means you got in a relationship with someone you shouldn't have been in a relationship with. But there's some people who could have a lot of mental conflict and a lot of emotional confusion and a lot of inner conflict. And since they don't know how to maybe deal with their emotions and don't want to deal with their emotions, you know, it's more about trying to present this facade. Look how stable and grounded and how loving and nurturing I must be. Look, I got in a relationship. It's like, yeah, I don't know if it says all that about you, but they don't like to be single anyway. And they could be very materialistic and ego-focused. For some of you, if you were in a relationship with someone and you did believe in your dreams, some of those people, like I say, didn't want to keep being in a relationship with you anymore. Because you weren't the person like you were when they could have gotten in a relationship with you or married you. And they defend their more long-term view of wanting to invest in their dream, which is being in a relationship because of the status and the image and the money and materialism. And if you are more independent of that more worldly view of life, that I don't think that's the end all be all. I don't think that defines my worth and value. I think I'm still a human being who has dreams and aspirations that I'd like to pursue. And some people are like, What? Dreams and aspirations? What? This is it. This is the epitome of the dream. And they don't ever plan on stepping outside their comfort zone. They don't ever plan to do life any differently. They're motivated and inspired because the Aries energy is fire energy. What drives and motivates them is their ego and their image and being very competitive in the world. And it's all about trying to work with others to get it to look like they got it all. But there's something over here they're rejecting. The Two of Cups. Rejecting love. I want all those things. I want to look like I have all these things. I just don't want to do love. Because I get hurt doing love. And if I were to do love, I would have to grow up and mature myself. And I'd have to maybe incorporate my more looking at life from a higher perspective and my more emotionally connected nature into my underlying philosophy of life. And some people are like, no, it's the world and living from my mind. I don't even want to do my emotions. Don't want to deal with them. Don't want to connect in with them. I want to use them to get what I want. You know, our emotions and our sexual nature and our creative nature, all those things were gifts given to us. Keeps us just from being an animal in the world. And some people, it's like abusing their own inner child nature. And for some of those people who right now might want to go get in a relationship, I think they're having an inner struggle within themselves because their inner child nature doesn't want them to get in a relationship being deceptive and manipulative. You should know your own worth and value, not to do that and indulge someone else or whatever, or be selfish and greedy. And you also shouldn't abuse other people for reasons other than love. Getting in a relationship and a marriage, being deceptive and manipulative. Because that's the shadowy interpretation of the Seven of Swords. And I think they're going to have inner conflict within themselves in the Five of Wands. There's going to be inner conflict within them, just like, you know, until our conscience is completely gone and our heart is completely hardened. Generally, people have some inner conflict within themselves when we feel like we're doing things that are selfish or greedy or manipulative or self-centered or dishonest, you know. But, you know, some people are kind of immature and they hide that from the world. They might have money, they might have status, they might be charming, they might have be good looking or think they are, or they got power or status or something. And they think, I don't have to grow and mature myself. I'll find other people in the world who don't know the truth about me. And if I seem to look like a shining star in the world, like I'm victorious and successful and like what everybody would dream of wanting to be in a relationship with, I'm sure there's some other people that will come back. Some of these people are shadowy Hierophant, Taurus energy, and the Queen of Pentacles I view the Queen of Pentacles as Taurus energy. There's some people who do have money and status and image or power or influence, and they're full of themselves. And they're very stubborn. And they are unwilling to become independent of their self-centered, full of themselves nature. And I think those people are under the illusion that there's some people in their life who could have stood up to these people and told them, I was being truthful and honest and nurturing and supportive, and you're not being just and fair and open and honest and authentic, and I'm going to become independent of you. And those people moved on. And I think some of these people that are kind of full of themselves are thinking that eventually those people will have a problem maybe with some other people that they work with in the future, because, not every relationship we go get into in the world is going to work out the way we want it to. And then they think that it'll cause those people so much inner conflict, maybe dealing with other people in the world who, anyway, I think they just think those people will come back and get in a relationship with them. For some of those people, it's not working out the way they thought, because it's like, fine, you go leave. I'm going to create an illusion that I wasn't stubborn and prideful and self-centered. I'm going to go get in another relationship so it looks like, look at me, I got in a new relationship. The problem with the relationship wasn't because of me. I didn't contribute anything to it. I'm trying to present myself as being high vibe Pisces. I'm loving and nurturing and supportive and work well together with others. But that's kind of just an illusion. They could be waiting for the people who really were loving and nurturing in a relationship to be confused by what they're doing and confused in their own life, that the other people will give up their dreams and come back, because sometimes, we as human beings, the reason we don't step out of our comfort zone and move on in life is because it can be scary to do that. And if we've invested in a job, a relationship, a friendship, we'd like that one to work. We already know those people. It's kind of like dealing with the devil than dealing with the devil you don't know out there in the world. And this person also could be waiting for the other people to give up on believing in their dreams. And they can't figure out, maybe, like, damn, kind of like, how long is this going to take? We have a 7 here. We got a 7 here. Maybe it's been 7 months or 7 years for some of you since you separated from some of those people, but they could still be thinking that I'm just waiting for you to give up on believing in your dreams. And then maybe if I leave that relationship that I got in and I just sit here like, I'm an option now, you want to come get in a relationship with me? They would have thought that you would have come towards them or come back towards them. And I think some people aren't. And so then it's like, what the hell is going on with them? So let's go look at the 7 of Cups card. The 7 of Cups is Scorpio, water sign energy. I think high vibe people in the world want to be in deep, meaningful relationships. That's what high vibe Scorpio is about. I want to be in deep, meaningful relationships. I'm willing to explore the highs and lows of life. I know that if I get in relationships, I could get hurt, but, I want to live it all, God. Bring it on. And other people, they want to live more from their mind and their heart. And they want to be in relationships with people. It's great if you're a really loving, nurturing person and all that. But they kind of like to live a more emotionally shallow and superficial life. I mean, indulge in their fiery nature, having sex with people in a relationship, but not really letting themselves get emotional, Maybe they can compartmentalize, And it's just going to be really confusing for them, even to tap into their emotions for some of them, if they're not people who really have ever connected in much with their emotions. And I think what some people don't know about the high vibe people in the world is, again, these people were willing to cut out jobs and relationships with certain people, and some people are just thinking of doing that right now. They maybe haven't put it into action yet. They're still trying to work through some of their emotional confusion, and some of you have already done it, and you're looking to the next relationship that you want to be in. But high vibe people were willing to see through the illusion. You get in relationships with people who try to present that they're willing to bring a dream into reality with you, but then they don't seem very emotionally nurturing. You end up kind of seeing the truth that they're kind of immature, kind of defensive, and you realize it's more either indulgence focused or ego focused. It's good for their ego and their status and their image, but it's not seeming to be about love, and that's confusing. And so I think the high vibe people were willing, again, to cut out people who harness these energies in a shadowy way. And they're doing the work within themselves to align with these energies in a high vibe way. King of Wands, Two of Pentacles, the Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Knight of Wands. You know, the Seven of Cups comes after the Six of Cups, which the Six of Cups is, you know, working together with people and having a new beginning. And, you know, excuse me, you could have taken an action to have a new beginning with someone that in the Two of Pentacles you thought would be like just and fair and balanced. In Capricorn energy, where people put in work and effort, you know, to move this relationship along. And you are thinking, because it's maybe just how you are, that, you know, people self-reflect, you know, and have some self-awareness in the relationship. You know, like if they do certain things, oh, that caused confusion, and, you know, it's just trying to be self-aware and, you know, of why you take action that you take in the world and what kind of impact that has on your relationships and things like that. And you thought everyone would kind of go with the flow and be inspired by love. But that's when you find out that not everybody's motivated and inspired by love. The King of Wands and the Knight of Wands can be, I'm good right here. Again, let's not go any further. Let me indulge in this relationship. This is great. I have a new beginning. In the King of Wands, you know, I look like I'm the boss, kind of, you know, and I got somebody working with me in a relationship and trying to work things out and maintain balance. The only thing that the problem was, some people harnessed high vibe Virgo energy, where they go within to gain insight and wisdom about the past so that they can keep moving forward in life, kind of growing and maturing themselves, having hope and faith and belief and love. And the other people harnessed a more shadowy Virgo energy, where it's like, I'm hiding the fact that I think we can just move forward with me kind of being an immature player and indulging in this relationship. This works for me. But I never plan to move forward and going with the flow except for me to indulge in this like illusion we created. You know, you either put in work and effort to truly bring a dream into reality and get out of the illusion that it's just about you being indulged in a relationship, and thinking, oh, can I get in a relationship and just juggle and not really invest? You know, I don't really want to emotionally invest. I get hurt. You know, if this whole thing doesn't work out, I want to be able to walk away without really being emotionally invested in it. Even if I'm married to him for 10 or 20 years, I do not want to be emotionally invested. I'll have sex with them, but I want to keep my distance. You know, if a person is Seven of Swords up in their head, there's a maximum of 10 they could have up in their head. If they're Seven of Swords up in their head, that means it's about 3 cups in their heart. And in shadowy, that's people who try to maybe present themselves as harnessing high vibe Cancer energy, regardless of what zodiac sign they are. They try to present themselves as like a loving family person. Look at the wonderful relationship. Look what a great boss I am. Yeah, but they're manipulating people emotionally. So it's good for their ego and their image and their status. And some of those people have a lot of life lessons to learn. Because they have a lot of inner conflict about love, so they reject love in the Two of Cups to use their emotions manipulatively. And then when those people get in relationships with people like this, you know, the people who really wanted a dream to come into reality start to be like, you know, I'm confused. This doesn't seem to be moving forward the way I thought. You know, it seems like, you know, the relationship isn't growing and maturing itself and going to the next level. You know, it kind of seems like you really don't invest emotionally. You know, I kind of feel like you're more emotionally shallow and superficial and maybe kind of immature and maybe kind of bossy and controlling. And it seems to be more about you than us. And eventually, the high vibe people decide to move away, you know? Life's an adventure to be lived. Virgo energy goes within to see the truth, to see through the emotional confusion and the illusion. They seem to be more motivated by their Aries and their Capricorn nature emotionally, which is more invested in the world or ego or money or indulgence or something. It really doesn't seem to be self-awareness and insight and growing and maturing themselves. So eventually the other people move away from them, and then they do this work within themselves. You know? The whole thing is, why did we get drawn and attracted to people like that? Because there was things we weren't seeing the truth about. This is like not wanting to see the truth, kind of caught up in the illusion of the world and how we view other people and, you know, living in our own fantasy land. Isn't everybody motivated by love? No, they're not. And, you know, we have lessons to learn in life. It's kind of like the divine wants us to get our divine inheritance, but if we're not seeing the truth, then we're gullible and susceptible to being manipulated. We have to be aware that not everybody out there in the world is a nice person, a just person, a person of character and integrity. You know, and if the divine is going to bless you with authentic, loving people and stability and security, and you've got to realize that to start listening to your intuition. Because if we were to think back on it, our intuition was probably telling us that, I don't know, should I invest in this person? But we want what we want. And sometimes we can, you know, especially I think the younger we are, the less, I mean, in big things, kind of like, oh my gosh, this person, like talking to me at this bar, is like smiling in my face, like they're the nicest thing ever, but something is telling me they're wicked. You know, those times we listen. But when it's kind of the subtler things in relationships, sometimes we ignore our intuition. Because in order for us to move forward, you know, we would have had to do some more of that work within ourselves to have some hope and faith and belief and kind of harness some of that fiery energy ourselves. And if we find people that we think we can work with and, you know, we could be attracted to them, it's kind of like, but I think this will work out. You know, I think it might. And we didn't listen to our intuition. And so the longer you live your life, the more you do listen to your intuition. And so I think people are doing this work within themselves. The people that are in a relationship like this right now, they could be creating the illusion that everything is fine in the relationship they're in or at the workplace while they do this work within themselves to believe in themselves, believe in their dreams, to get more balance. And, you know, because you got to get yourself out of, you know, why would I stay in a relationship or a job like that where people don't seem to be emotionally investing in me, don't seem to be very nurturing or caring or supportive, who might seem kind of bossy and controlling and might seem to be secretive, might seem to be prideful and egotistical, might seem to be kind of immature and might be kind of seem to be full of themselves. Why am I unwilling to become independent from this job or this relationship? And we got to work through our own emotions. You know, we can love people, we can be attracted to people, and we shouldn't be in a relationship with them. If they're tipped out of balance and they want us to enable them in their poor behavior or be off in the ditch with them, you know, and some people are doing this work within them right now to be, you know, the King of Wands is Aries energy, just like the Fool card is, but Aries energy can be about ourself and thinking like I'm the boss, or I want to look like the boss, and if I already got myself in something, you know, I might not want to become single from it because people will be confused because I seem to be this certain type of person, and people might think that I'm kind of being immature, impulsive, or people might think that I was hiding something, but really, you know, people are going to think whatever they think anyway. You know, we all grow and mature. We all can change kind of what we're motivated and inspired by. If we're in relationships with people and people don't know the truth of our life, people don't know how people really are behind the scenes. And if we feel like, I think hopefully if people know that they feel like they did everything they could to be loving and nurturing and encouraging, and the people they're with are kind of not willing to move forward with them in a more emotionally mature way, and they're juggling and maybe being kind of bossy and controlling or trying to manipulate and control people, I think some people are trying to work up the courage to take a leap of faith. And they could have inner conflict of letting go of someone that they could love, but, you know, both people have to work cooperatively. That's what the high vibe version of the Three of Cups is. Both people, again, we can be in relationships with all sorts of people in the world. Who are we going to hang out and invest a lot of time and energy and effort into? The immature, the prideful, the egotistical, the selfish, the greedy, the petty, envious, jealous, competitive, the immature, the indulgent, the self-centered, the lazy? Or are we going to say, you know what? You know, because it doesn't always have to be a romantic interest, you know? It can be people we work with, people in our family, our adult children, our siblings, our parents. You know, do we think we deserve to be in more emotionally balanced relationships with people in the Five of Wands who have gotten out of their competitive, egoic nature to take a risk in love? How about you work cooperatively with me together in a relationship? Why does it have to be about you? Why are you so defensive? Why are you so self-centered? Why are you, you know? You might have your own illusions about what it means to be in a relationship. That it is supposed to be all about you, because that would be shadowy Aries energy. Regardless of who anyone in the world is, they either harness high vibe Aries energy, bold and brave enough to get out of their ego and their self-centered nature and their fear and their insecurity to work together with people in love, and quit aligning with their more immature, indulgent, all about me nature, or they have a lot of lessons to learn in life and they're going to go repeat an old pattern aligning with their more shadowy Aries nature. Isn't it all about me? I have this illusion about what it means to be in a relationship. Can't I just juggle people and one day act this way and the other day act that way? And aren't you still going to want to hang out with me and be my friend? Can't I hide that I want to move forward, continuing to be immature, and I don't want to have to grow up and mature myself? It's like, you can do whatever you want. Go knock yourself out. I just won't really be in your life much. I wish you peace, but maybe see you at Christmas. But I'm going to be over here working with the people who want to work with me cooperatively. I'm not going to keep investing my time, energy, effort with people who are deceptive and manipulative, who don't want to see through the illusion that they're aligned with their more worldly, egoic, selfish, greedy, self-centered, fearful, insecure nature. I wish you peace. But it can be hard because, we would have liked, the Aquarius stars. I had a dream. I wanted these people, even if it's a friend that you could have had for a long time or decades. I thought they were always going to be in my life. But we got to stand up for ourselves. When people do things, there could be a reason. And again, some people don't like it when other people become more independent, because we all have these ways of how we were maybe when we got in a relationship. And some people could have felt like people kind of really were more codependent on them and looked up to them. And, you were kind of emotionally confused and didn't know where you were going in your life or something. And they like that. Some people like that position in a relationship. And that's the type of relationship. It wasn't for you hoping that you loved and believed in yourself, or they might have always thought they wanted that for you. But then once you did do it and you had learned to be more independent and know your worth and value and believe in your dreams and, have grown and matured yourself and more free to live your life authentically, that then could highlight how sometimes you've moved beyond them, or you're just living your life differently and you're not looking up to them anymore. I liked it when you were more codependent. I liked it when you were more confused. I liked it when you were more immature and impulsive, because then you always came to me and I was like the soothing mother hen. You came to me for stability and security. And now I realize I don't like it that you're independent. You're kind of bossed up and are more balanced. And, it kind of is confusing because I thought I did want the best for you. But now in order for me to move forward with you, I'd have to deal with some of my own issues that, why don't I know my worth and value? Maybe as much as you do. Why am I still kind of caught up in some of my fears or insecurities, or making my life more about ego or image? Why am I staying in jobs and relationships where people might juggle me? And then, sometimes it kind of confronts people with some things that they don't want to deal with, and it causes them inner conflict, and they'd rather let go of the relationship than deal with their own issues. When we're ready to see the truth, we'll see the truth. And if we're not ready to see the truth, we could reject some loving people in our life and go hang out with the people in the world who are living life the way we still are, because it makes us kind of deal with our own issues of, well, do I love and believe in myself enough to stand up for what I believe in and take action on my dreams? So if there's people in a mismatched relationship or at a workplace right now where they're not happy, some of those people are getting ready to take a leap of faith that some people in their life won't like. Same way if we go tell our boss, I'm putting in my 2 weeks notice, they might not like that, but... And the thing is, their own ego nature won't like it. We have this dualistic nature. We have like the knowledge of good and evil. We have seeds of both planted within us. If people's shadowy nature, their more immature or indulgent or whatever nature in their life, had kind of been running their life, they thought, this is awesome. I got control of this person's life. I don't really give a shit about them, because, shadowy energy is kind of represented by the devil. Our own shadowy egoic nature just wants to go do whatever the hell it wants to go do without being disciplined. And it really doesn't matter if you end up in the gutter at the end. It's going to lick its fingers and say, that was a blast. You know? And our more loving nature wants us to believe in ourselves and believe in our dreams. And at the end of our life, they'll lick their fingers too and say, wow, that was great. But you'll have all the victory and success and have grown to being in the person you had the potential to grow into. So when we learn to love and believe in ourselves and quit indulging in our fear and our insecurities and our self-limiting beliefs, then we won't indulge other people in our life who are happy we're that way, because then we'll hang out with them. And when we go live our authentic life, yeah, there's going to be people in the world who were happy that we were manipulated by our fear and our insecurity and our pride and ego, because then they could indulge in a relationship with us and manipulate us using our fear and our insecurity or our codependency or our lust or our greed or whatever it was that they were able to manipulate within us. And some of those people will not be happy, and those people did not see that these people were doing this work within themselves to align with love, and that one day they were going to take a leap of faith to go believe in their dreams and go on a new journey. And the people that are in shadowy energy, if they still have mental conflict about being bold and brave in their life to love and believe in themselves, those people are going to go back and live life the way they were. Because from the 7 of Cups to the 3 of Cups, they would have to deal with their past pain and heartbreak of the past, that the relationships in their past that didn't work out, that stopped them from taking that cup of love to believe in their dreams. And so far, they haven't done that work within themselves. And so they might go indulge to go feel better and take action out of pride or ego or pain or heartbreak. And some of them don't want to see the truth. And if there's someone else they think they can go get in a relationship with, who might have status and image and money and materialism, they're willing to settle for the illusion, and some of them, that's all they wanted anyway. I don't even want to be in relationships with people who have hope and faith and belief in their dreams. How in the hell did I end up in a relationship with you? Damn, I gotta get myself out of this. This is causing me inner conflict being in a relationship with you. I live a life of illusion. I'm motivated and inspired by the world. I'm hiding that I might be moving forward with you just because of whatever. I'm kind of indulging. I'm kind of waiting for someone who does have money and materialism and status and image to become single. And when they become single, see ya. I'm going to create an illusion to try to confuse people about the truth of why I left this relationship with these people who seem loving and not prideful, not egotistical, not, they seem to be motivated by love. It's like, yeah, but I'm not aligned with love. I'm more about money and materialism and status and image, and this person became single. Or I just want to become single because now that I have money, I want to go be a player in the world. I might even go create an illusion that someone who became single was really the person of my dreams, but that was just an illusion I created. I was just juggling them because I didn't want people to know the truth why I didn't move forward with the loving people. I really just want to move forward and be a player. Now that I've got money or I've grown into my looks or something and I'm more attractive than I used to be, blah, blah, blah. The list goes on. And I think some other people in the world are really going to be happy that some other people finally saw through the illusion, because there's other people in the world that know that these loving people in the world might have been with someone, or they didn't know it at the time, but everybody's seen it, and they've been hoping that the loving people would do this inner work within themselves to believe in themselves, because the other people who dealt with people like that are wanting to get in a relationship with people. And so long as the loving people keep indulging shadowy people in a relationship, they can't be in a relationship with them. And some of those people have been waiting to make sure that the loving people did this work. because they didn't want to come get in a relationship with someone who's still juggling. I want that over. I don't want that person. I want you to have completely moved on from that person and be ready to get in a new relationship before I approach you. And just be careful as you move forward. You're going to have different people. You're going to meet people who remind you of people from your past. Listen to your intuition. And you're going to meet people who are authentic and warm and not operating from ego, who are bold and brave enough to do love. So let's go ask what's coming up for the people who harness high vibe Pisces energy that they might not see coming. Okay, didn't really flip out. Okay. The sun, which is a new beginning. Oh, because of the Empress energy. That's awesome. So again, the feminines in tarot can talk about our emotional state, so it doesn't matter if you're male or female. You're going to, no matter what, be in life-giving energy. Why? Because you've done this work within yourself emotionally. In Libra Taurus energy, you did the work and effort to know your worth and value, to offer yourself love, and compassion and forgiveness for the mistakes you've made in your life, to offer love and compassion to the other people who still got lessons to learn in life. And you're going to be able to give birth to a new beginning because of having done that work. It's like you get to move on. Yeah, it's kind of like as if life is a video game. You get to move to the next level of life and give birth to something new because you've mastered this cycle and you didn't go back and repeat an old pattern and live a life of illusion. So you get to give birth to something new. The other people are going to keep doing life like they've done it. What's coming up for the people who harness a little more worldly focused or shadowy focused or live in la la land? What's coming up for them that they might not see coming? Oh, and also because in high vibe Leo energy, you are loving and authentic and nurturing and warm. There's going to be other people who want to be in relationships with you and hire you and be in jobs and workplaces with you because they want to be in loving energy, and you are someone who isn't operating out of ego. You don't act out of pettiness and jealousy and vengefulness and revenge and competitiveness. You're warm and loving and balanced. What do the other people not see coming? Well, I think the high vibe people are going to give birth to a new beginning. And they didn't see that coming, and they're going to be up in a mental prison. Because again, some of them could have been like, oh, I bet it won't work out. I bet they won't love and believe in themselves. And because I have these things of the world that they want, that's kind of like the devil, right? The devil has all the things of the world. Oh, I bet they won't love and believe in themselves. I bet they'll come over to my side. Well, some people didn't. Some people gave birth to love and aligning with their more incorporating love into their philosophy of life that dictates the decisions they make in their life. I'm not going to take action in my life out of pride and ego and fear and insecurity and pain and heartbreak because that means I'm just going to go learn some hard lessons from the devil. I'm going to love myself and maintain my balance so I don't have to go learn those hard lessons because that's what the devil's about. Like putting your hand on a hot burner. It's like, ow, that hurts. It's like, yeah, you should go that way. Go this way. But, oh no, ow, that hurts. Like, yeah, go that way. You know, it takes a long time because as human beings, we think we're the boss and we want what we want. It's like, well, you can have what you want. It's just not going to turn out the way you think it's going to turn out. Taking action from justice and fairness and balance and love is going to get you what you want. So I think the other people are going to be in a mental prison because other people are going to have new beginnings. And also, the people called judgment on them. Some of these people thought they were so smart that they thought, I bet I can confuse people about the truth of why I do what I do. But I think people, you know, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. And people have probably really been confused about some of these people who don't seem to be acting, because again, they try to present themselves as probably being in high vibe Pisces energy. Oh, I'm loyal, I'm committed, I'm a pillar of society. I don't operate from pride and ego. I'm not bossy and controlling. I'm not self-centered and lazy and egotistical or manipulative. And they are. And when they do things that seem to be contrary to what people thought seemed loving and, like you had it all. Other people I start to wonder, is this person who I thought they were? I thought this person was aligned with love and hope and faith and justice and fairness and character and integrity. And I think some people might see the truth, and some people might distance themselves from this person, realizing this person, again, Virgo energy goes within to see the truth. Seems like this person juggles people. Seems like they create this illusion and try to confuse us about the truth. I think they just wanted to be single, to be a player. And some people might realize that someone who they thought they knew isn't who they profess themselves to be. And for some of these people who really worked really hard to have this certain image and status and not being authentic in the world, because it's one thing, if you're kind of a dog, if you're kind of materialistic, if you're kind of whatever, just be honest about it. Then people know that you are who you say you are. But to create an illusion about who you are, and then people know you for like 10, 20, 50 years, and it's just like, wow, it's like I never even knew them. It's like they were a completely different person. And we feel manipulated. We don't feel like we ever really even knew them. They present themselves this way, and then they're not that way at all. Also, I do think they might have some people willing to get in a relationship with them. Might be other people who have some lessons to learn. And if they get in a relationship with someone else who wants them to grow and mature and face their fears and insecurities and be more authentic and loving and just and fair in a relationship, they'll be in a mental prison, and they'll probably call judgment on that relationship too. They might have someone who makes them an offer because they have a lot of fear and insecurity about love too. And that might be the type of people they'd rather be in a relationship with. But some of those people, I don't know, for some reason they could feel like they'd be judged for getting in a relationship with that person, because part of the reason they might get in that relationship is because of the money and the status and image. And then it kind of makes them look like they're selfish and greedy and materialistic. And that wasn't the image they had been trying to hide the truth about all this time. But the truth is, that could be the type of person that they were all their life. It's just that they kept it kind of hidden. Scorpio energy is about keeping things hidden beneath the surface. And Pisces energy can be about creating an illusion so people are confused about the truth of who you are. And when people had an opportunity to go live, for some reason, maybe someone in their life, maybe their parents were no longer in their life. Maybe a person was no longer in their life. And once some of those people or a person was no longer in their life, it's kind of like, oh, well, now I'm free to live my authentic life. Maybe before they felt like they had to live their life a certain way because of their parents, because, that can be the foundation they had been in. And those people were defensive to them and tried to maybe keep them in line. And then when those people weren't in their life anymore, they kind of went a little hog wild, maybe. So there you go, Pisces energy. I wish you peace, love, and joy. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.